good to be after the Marcos presentation, because all what we will see here is only planning, and he saw the result, so I'm in a bad situation. So, since 2020, as you all know, 4 shipwrecks in Alonissos and Western Pagasetic Gulf form the first accessible underwater cultural heritage sites in Greece, as part, of course, of cultural and blue tourism programs. All 4 shipwrecks are accessible to scuba divers or free divers, of course, certified by the Open Water Diploma. This is the case of Kikimthos shipwreck in West Pagasetic, or the Advanced Diploma on Diving. These are the cases of Peristera, Glaros, and Telegraphos. The purpose of the presentation is to outline an overall interdisciplinary effort of engaging the non-divers with the underwater cultural heritage sites. So I'm not the suitable person to speak about this, because when we ask to dive or not to dive, I am pro-diving. Totally. I think that the first purpose or aim of everything, of all these projects, should be to persuade people to go into the sea, to go diving. But the work that was done in the BlueMed program, which was just the beginning, by the Italian colleagues mostly, Fabio, Marco, etc., persuaded even me that these technologies, VR technologies, etc., are very nice, very good, very entertaining, and very educational, and they can bring joy to people. They can bring the underwater cultural sites, making them accessible to everyone, even to kids, even to people that don't dive, and that the virtual diving is so vivid and so alive that really persuades you if you are capable of going and having a diving class. So I changed my position, and now I'm talking about the non-divers. So we want to make to engage the non-divers with the underwater cultural heritage. Why? First of all, the underwater monuments, as part of the cultural heritage in general, have to be accessible to everyone. Either divers who visit the site or non-divers who can visit the awareness centers, the CACs, and it's a very, Mrs. Kalamara showed some numbers, and for 1 year in Alonissos, we had 300 visitors in Peristera, but 3,000 visitors in the CACs. So we have to also to address to those visitors. Second, to attract tourists who are not divers, to attract them to the island. Because either they are accompanying the divers, families, friends of a diver that can go to the CAC during the diver of the group goes to have a diving day, so that then they can discuss together. One is going diving and the other virtual diving, but they have a similar experience, and all the group can discuss together what they saw. And we also address like this to the general public, because divers are a minority till now in the general public. And of course there are some categories of general public, like kids under 15 years old, that cannot even dive. So we can address to them only by the CACs, and also persuade them to dive when they grow up. To raise awareness, of course, for the protection of the underwater cultural heritage, along with the protection of the surrounding marine environment. And this is something that really impressed me and impresses me every time in the virtual diving that we prepared in the CACs, and they are today in the CACs in Alonissos and West Pagasetic and Tamaliapolis CAC, that you don't only see the shipwreck that you are visiting, you see everywhere, virtually, I mean, you see the fishes, all the surrounding environment, the Posidonia and everything. Ah, sorry. Okay. 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 last of all, last but not least, we can offer a meta-dive experience even to a diver because we provide only little information underwater with the tablets and everything, and he can go after the dive to the CAC and learn about the shipwreck, their history, the maritime history of the whole area of Sporades, etc., etc. So the awareness centers are intended, one, to give accurate scientific information to the public, and two, to raise awareness about protection and sustainability of the underwater cultural heritage and the marine environment. But also, the new technologies that we intend to apply to the two new CACs, because we have an Alonsos and an Amaliapolis CAC due to the Blue Med program. Now we are programming of having two new CACs, bigger and with bigger and more rich in information, due to the program Thessaly 2021-2027. So we intend to have two new CACs, and with the new technologies that will be applied there to attract new visitors, students, general public, offering everyone the potential of visiting the shipwrecks virtually and learn about them. So what we intend to do is digital interpretive media of three categories: immersive VR applications for Fagru and Agios Petros shipwrecks, educational VR game for the Peristera shipwreck, and interactive digital application for Glarus and Telegraphos shipwreck, along with, of course, the VR, the virtual diving, which is something that we have for the four CACs, Peristera, Kikimithos, Glarus, Telegraphos, and we will also apply it to to Fagru and Agios Petros, so that people can virtually visit also these shipwrecks. This is the Peristera shipwreck. You all know it. It's from the 5th century before Christ. It's a huge amount of amphoras from Menti and Peparithos. We have the VR application now, but we will have also coming soon an educational VR program. The VR application is installed already for Peristera and for two other shipwrecks. It's based on detailed 3D model of the shipwreck as its current state, and this also helps scientifically, but also in other interpretive media. And users can interact with artifacts, but also with fauna and flora in information point, and they learn about also not only about the archaeological information, but also about the environment. These are the VR applications for the shipwrecks of the Pagasetic Gulf. Again, 3D models, etc. And again, we are talking about the environment. And these are forthcoming about Fagru, classical shipwreck at Fagru, near the island of Kyrapanagia, and the Byzantine shipwreck at Agios Petros, again near the island of Kyrapanagia. It's a Byzantine shipwreck with milestones of ceramic lamps, with differentiation on it's not only amphora, differentiation on the findings. So we will have these two new VR, and we are preparing an educational VR game about Peristera shipwreck. This is a photogrammetry of Peristera. There will be, since we have the VR, and we want to make an educational game that people, mostly students, but it can be played also by adults, come to the Peristera shipwreck, and they have to achieve some scientific goals. So there will be educational questions, like if you are a marine archaeologist, or a marine biologist, or a marine photographer, or a marine conservation person. Like simple questions like identify the origin of this amphora. They will have some educational information, and then they will be posed questions, so it will be a game. So to identify amphora, or who are today's inhabitants in the shipwreck, Who can you identify? Why did the ship wrecked? How did it happen? Find the best way to shoot the shipwreck so that the amphora cargo is better shown. Have a close look to the amphoras, choose one and the amphora to bring to the lab for further study. So the kid will have to make decisions as if it was the head of a research project of biology or archaeology. Of course, it will be simple questions, simple decisions, but he will feel that he participates in a project. And since we have the VR experience, it will be like really if he can go and get the amphora and choose the amphora and get it out. We will have a platform game. A platform game has a horizontal orientation and allows users to explore different historical periods through material culture and maritime trade insights. So we have 3 scenarios, different scenarios. In ports. You live in a port in the Roman times or classical times or by Byzantine times. Either you are a ship owner or you are a trader, and you have to go and bargain in the port with other people and load the ship to send it somewhere, and you have to find the best itinerary to go somewhere according to the, having some historical, of course, information about the time, the place, the sea routes, etc. So these are the scenarios: transporting wine amphora from Mendi to Athens during the classical period. Of course, there is a connection to the shipwrecks, but it's not the reviving of our shipwrecks. It's just we just taken a hint from our shipwrecks to make a story scenario. Scenario 2, managing overburdened ships during Roman trade expansions. And scenario 3, avoiding pirate-infested waters while carrying spices from Byzantium to Rhodes. You have to know the sea roads to avoid the pirates. Possible tasks: you can match cargo to its origin. You can select the best sea route based on historical data. You can strategically load the ship so that it does not wreck during its travel. Its itinerary. Earn rewards by delivering intact cargo. This is a work in progress, of course. And the third thing is augmented AR, augmented reality, with dual views on land and underwater. This is the interactive AR application with multimedia content. And our idea is to apply this to the Telegrafos shipwreck, because Telegrafos shipwreck was excavated by the HEMA under Ilias Spondylis, under the dictatorship of Ilias Spondylis. So what today visitors see there is the remains of the excavation pits, and he does not see the cargo, most of the cargo, because it was taken out, it's in the lab, in the FRA's storeroom. So, we hope it will be in the FRA's museum forthcoming also in Piraeus. So we will design an AR so that either in the CAC there will be on the something like a carpet of Telegrafos archaeological photogrammetry with the archaeological grid, with the archaeological grid, and or the same thing will be geo-referenced for working when you are in the sea, in the real spot, okay? And on every spot, someone can see either on the tablet or his cell phone, or in an underwater tablet if there is a time that we'll buy some of these, what was in every archaeological grid, what was found. So the pictures of the excavation of Hima, 3D models of the findings, etc., etc. So, a shipwreck, an excavated shipwreck, which is now covered by geotextile, will be interesting, more interesting for a diver, and will be more educational for the visitor of the CAC. Yeah, this is about Telegraphos. Importance of digital application in underwater cultural heritage. Of course, the new ways of access to underwater cultural heritage enhances visitor engagement and understanding, supports environmental awareness and preservation, and provides innovative educational and promotional tools, and makes underwater cultural heritage meaningful and inclusive, because inclusive in underwater sites is not really addressing to disabled people, but addressing to people who cannot dive, and they are the majority. There are disabled people that can dive and can come to the Peristera shipwreck, thankful to the people that have boats, to the diver centers that have boats for disabled people. But other people that cannot dive cannot come. So when we say inclusive, on behalf of the UCH, means make accessible for the majority of the people who are non-divers. So thank you.